Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming back to my channel today. Today I wanted to do a fun little test. It's about figuring out what your core values are. And I thought of doing this because I've been a little bit into meditation lately, and I think a big part of meditating, for me at least, is kind of reflecting on my values and what my goals are going forward as in the type of person that I want to be. So I thought it would be fun to take a little test. We can do it together. So I will figure out what my core values are, and if you want to take the test as well, then that would be really exciting to see what yours are. So what I'm looking at is a website called Mind Tools, and it's an article called What Are Your Values under decision making. So it says deciding what's most important in life, and basically you determine your top values. It says to choose 10 from this really quite long list. You find 10 and then you prioritize them. So you would rank them as most important to least important. Then you have kind of your top 3 in the end, kind of core values. So I'm choosing 10 values. First, what I'll do is I'll read you all of the values that I'm going to choose 10 from. So the first one is accountability, and then accuracy, achievement, adventurousness, altruism, ambition, assertiveness, balance, being the best, belonging, boldness, calmness, carefulness, challenge, cheerfulness, clear-mindedness, commitment, community, compassion, competitiveness, consistency, contentment, continuous improvement, contribution, control, cooperation, correctness, courtesy, creativity, curiosity, decisiveness, democraticness, dependability, determination, devoutness, diligence, discipline, discretion, diversity, dynamism, economy, effectiveness, efficiency, elegance, empathy, enjoyment, enthusiasm, equality, excellence, excitement, expertise, exploration, expressiveness, fairness, faith, family-orientedness, fidelity, fitness, fluency, focus, freedom, fun, generosity, goodness, grace, growth, happiness, hard work, health, helping society, holiness, honesty, honor, humility, independence, ingenuity, inner harmony, inquisitiveness, insightfulness, intelligence, intellectual status, intuition, joy, justice, leadership, legacy, love, loyalty, making a difference, mastery, merit, obedience, openness, order, originality, patriotism, perfection, piety, positivity, practicality, preparedness, professionalism, prudence, quality orientation, reliability, resourcefulness, restraint, results-oriented, rigor, security, self-actualization, self-control, selflessness, self-reliance, sensitivity, serenity, service, shrewdness, simplicity, soundness, speed, spontaneity, stability, strategic, strength, structure, success, support, teamwork, temperance, thankfulness, thoroughness, thoughtfulness, timeliness, tolerance, traditionalism, trustworthiness, truth seeking, understanding, uniqueness, unity, usefulness, vision, vitality. So those are all of the values on this list, and from that we are supposed to choose 10. So I'm going to choose my 10, and I've got to go through again. I think I'm just going to have to pick out the ones that I find really important and then write them all down and then choose my top 10. So I'll go through the list again and take out the ones that I think are values to me. So I would say belonging. It's so funny because everyone's are going to be completely different, and the things that you value you might think are universal values, but probably someone else has a completely different list to you. So it's really interesting to see, how you differ from others in terms of what you think is most important. Okay, so I said belonging. And what's another? Compassion. Competitiveness, consistency, correctness, courtesy, creativity, decisiveness, dependability, determination, diversity, effectiveness, efficiency, empathy, equality, fairness. I really think fairness. Okay, what's next? Fitness, fluency, focus, freedom, fun, generosity. Generosity, I think, is one. Goodness, grace, growth, happiness, definitely happiness. And hard work, health as well. So I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. Health, independence, inner harmony, insightfulness, intelligence, joy, justice, leadership, legacy, love. Love definitely has to be one. Loyalty, making a difference, mastery, merit, obedience, openness. Definitely openness in terms of sharing, but also in terms of open-mindedness, I guess. Patriotism, support, I would say support. And understanding, support and understanding. And I think that's 10 actually. So I have belonging, compassion, fairness, generosity, happiness, health, love, openness, support, and understanding. So that is 10. So now it says to rank your list in terms of your top value, what's most important to you, to what's least important for you. So it says, look at the first two values and ask yourself, if I could only satisfy one of these, which one would I choose? It might help to visualize a situation in which you would have to make that choice. For example, if you compare the values of service and stability, imagine that you must decide whether to sell your house and move to another country to do valuable foreign aid work, or keep your house and volunteer to do charity work closer to home. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And the first two here for me are belonging and compassion. So I'm going to visualize a scenario in which you would have to choose belonging or compassion. So let's say that there is a popular group of kids at school and they bully someone, and you have the choice to either bully this person as well to fit in with the group, find a sense of belonging, or you can have compassion for that person who's being bullied and not join in and give up that sense of belonging. So I think I would definitely choose compassion. So I will put belonging at the bottom for now. Compassion is first. So next is compassion or fairness. Compassion or fairness, which is more important? So let's say that I don't know, what would a situation be? Someone maybe what's being fair would be to divide the food equally, but someone is more hungry. You can have compassion for that person who maybe needs more food. I think that compassion has to trump fairness for me, because sometimes you don't always do what's fair. Sometimes you need to remember that other people are human and that everybody can make mistakes. Like, I'm thinking in some circumstances when someone maybe commits a crime and maybe is facing a long time in jail, and you can just tell that it's not in their character, and what would be fair would be to send them to jail for a long time. But sometimes you might have to have compassion and just say, like, everybody makes mistakes, So depending on the circumstance, of course, but I would say compassion over fairness. So next would be fairness or generosity. Fairness or generosity. I guess I would probably say fairness over generosity. I think this is hard. I think it's important to be generous, but it's more important to be fair. You have to be fair to yourself. If you can't afford to be generous, then, with your time or your money, then it's not fair to you, and that you have to be fair to yourself first. So fairness over generosity. Generosity versus happiness. That's hard. Because is it your happiness versus being generous? Because I would say I would say generosity. It's so hard because if it's a specific circumstance where I can either be generous by giving away my last something that I'm really going to enjoy, but then I won't be happy. But then being generous makes me happy, so that one's difficult. I would say happiness. Happiness above generosity, probably. Because this is just general happiness for everyone. And then we have generosity and health. And I would say health trumps everything. Actually, I would say health and happiness trump everything. I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that. Health and happiness. And happiness. This is really hard. If you start to do it, this is definitely the hardest part, trying to figure out what's more important, because they're all important. Health, happiness, compassion, fairness, and generosity. Then love, which love probably comes with health and happiness. Health, love, and happiness are at the top. Health, love, and happiness. Compassion, fairness, generosity. Okay, next is openness, which I would say openness is less important than generosity, probably, than support. Openness and support. Support is probably above openness. Next is understanding. So, understanding is quite important. I would probably put understanding right below fairness and right above generosity. Actually, above fairness as well. And I think that puts my list in order. Okay. So, number 1, I have health. Health is number 1. Number 2 is love. Number 3 is happiness. Number 4 is compassion. Number 5 is understanding. Number 6 is fairness. Number 7 is generosity. Number 8 is support. Number 9 is openness. And number 10 is belonging. So I guess my top 3, my top 5 are health, love, happiness, compassion, and understanding. And my top 3 are health, love, and happiness. So I guess those are my values. So that's when I'm meditating, that's what I have to think about. Health, love, and happiness. So hopefully it's interesting, because you don't know when you're starting out that those are the ones that are going to end up on top. You just kind of have to figure it out as you go along, I guess. So if you guys, I'm going to leave a link to this list of values, and if you want to choose your top list of core values. That would be really interesting for me to see what they are if you'd like to share them, and it'd be really interesting to see how our values differ between one another. So I thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you really soon.